Hi, and welcome to the SEO podcast, Unknown Secrets of Internet Marketing. My name is Chris Burris, owner of eWebStyle.
I'm Charles Lewis, your Internet Marketing Specialist.
Welcome back to another fun-filled edition of our podcast. This is podcast number 246.
Yes, it is.
As always, we have a tip from our previous podcast, and that tip is present content in a way that guides the visitor to a conversion.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anocons. Yes, so let's say that again. Present content in a way that guides the visitor to a conversion.
Yeah, you want to make sure that at the end of the day, whatever content you're putting out on your site has your desired conversion method in mind. For example, if you want people to call you or maybe download a mixtape or even subscribe to a newsletter or purchase something, whatever your desired conversion is, make sure that the content is presented that way. You use words like download or free or MP3 if this is music. You use words like subscribe and free tips and information if it's a newsletter, because those type of words, that type of content gets people to doing what you want them to do.
So you may do something in the content like, as we mentioned in our audio file available there, or as we mentioned in our white paper there, and summarize some of that. So work that into the actual content and guide them towards that. Excellent. Please remember, we are broadcasting live from Houston, and we are your friendly local neighborhood top position snatchers, where our mantra is,
don't be a douche.
it is not a good look.
Not
If you
at all.
can, if you have a device, and we know you do, could you tweet now? And you should tweet. What should they tweet?
Us. You should tweet. This is hashtag SEO podcast. This is number 246. Be sure to tag us in it at eWebStyle, at Best SEO Podcast. That way we can follow you back and do all of our social networking stuff.
And we always ask, if you're enjoying the podcast, if this is your first one, give us a little time. You'll really like it. That's what our reviewers say.
Mm-hmm.
If you've listened to us before, could you do us a small favor if you're getting value out of this? We ask 3 favors.
Yeah.
I think it's 3 favors. Yes, 3 favors. One of them has 3 steps.
steps.
Go onto iTunes, create an account, write a review. If you write a review and you choose to, send us an email, podcast at
e-webstyle.com.
If we get a chance, we will read it on air, which is probably going to happen so
Yeah.
far. We're not getting inundated with so many reviews that we can't read them all. We'll read it on air. We'll give you a little punch in the face. That
That's
is a good thing.
That's a
Yeah,
great
so
thing. You want to get punched in the face.
by the top position snatchers. Next, if you could go to our G Plus page.
Yes.
If you're an
Which is
SEOer.
being worked on right now.
Yeah.
Google, okay, anyway.
Yeah,
That's
there's
a
like,
lot. I digress.
do we have like 20 of them, and we're trying to narrow it down to
Well, we got
1?
3 trying to consolidate to 1.
Right.
You know, and it
Apparently.
sucks because one has reviews, one has regular views and circles,
Right.
and the other is
And another one has our YouTube
videos.
yeah,
and it's
so
like, yeah.
partly our fault, I guess we're
Well,
didn't-
unfortunately, we do a lot of testing and trying on ourselves
Early
before
on.
we present stuff.
Yeah.
And so,
Well, and you learned that if you had tried to do this within 5 days of creating the account, it would have worked
Then it
or
would
something
work,
like
yeah.
that, right? Well,
it was actually 10 days.
10 days, yeah. So, yeah, if you recently created your YouTube account, make sure it all makes sense and you have 10 days to change its location. So we can really use a review on our G Plus local page.
Yeah.
We made it really extremely easy to get to our G Plus local page. All you need to do is go to e-webstyle.com /
Google Plus.
or slash
Google Plus.
or slash
G Plus.
or slash.
G Plus.
All of those will take us to our G Plus local page
Yes.
where you can do a couple of things. And by the way, before you even tell them what to do, I got to tell you, you must become a follower, because we have 49 reviews and 13 followers of that particular G Plus local page.
Because the other one got like 1,000.
Followers, and like it can't have reviews, right, or
Exactly.
something. So when you're there, go ahead and add us to one of your circles. So become one of our followers. Write a
Yeah,
review.
put us in a circle, write a review, give us a +1. And when you write that review, man, hopefully it's 5 stars.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're hoping. Next, you can go to our Facebook page, facebook.com /
eWebstyle.
really is kind of obvious. Go there, add a review there. We get review there from time to time. We do read them on air. Thank you.
You can leave us a question while you're there, too.
Also, yeah, that happens regularly. And finally, we have Stitcher. And I actually figured out how to write a review on Stitcher. Interestingly enough, it is not on the app. So
yeah.
for those of you listening and are like, well, where is it in the app? Don't ask me why it's not in the app. Partly because I didn't code it. Not saying I would have done as good a job as they have. I just would have made sure you could write a review in the app.
Yeah.
All you need to do is go to Stitcher.com and actually
Search.
just go Stitcher.com and leave a space so Google knows you want to search in Stitcher.com.
Okay, so don't go to Stitcher.com.
Search sticker. That's
Search
perfect.
Google for Stitcher.com space eWebStyle.
Space SEO podcast Unknown Secrets of Internet Marketing, and you'll get there. It may autofill, who knows? Mine does, but that's because I search it. And when you get there, click the reviews because they're right at the top with the stars. And then there's a button that I have not noticed for all of these weeks that says write a review.
Yeah.
So just write a review there. Hopefully you can make that 5 stars. Let's just cover how you can contact us, follow us, haunt us, all of that stuff. Facebook.com/eWebStyle. Twitter.com/eWebStyle. YouTube.com/eWebStyle. And you can also follow our Instagram.com/eWebStyle page. So please do that. If you are a phenomenal PHP programmer or you are a world-class WordPress developer, thank you. I was just thinking guru, kind of God kind of thing. Then submit an audio resume, 713-510-7846. We do have a referral program. You send us a customer, they pay their bill, we pay you. Free website analysis on our website, e-webstyle.com. You will find it and you will submit it and we will do it. If you're in a hurry, send us an email. Yeah. We are getting back. We were getting caught up. Now we're getting back behind. And now for one of our favorite segments, if not our only and most favorite segment, the algorithm cataclysm. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I got a new section I'm going to debut on you.
Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah, a whole new section.
All right.
Because I think you're going to like it too. But in regards to the Algo Cat, so I got three things to talk about today, and these aren't necessarily algorithm updates that Google has released and documented and said, yes, this is the latest algorithm update. However, these are changes due to how the algorithm processes your search query, and the change is what's displayed on the search engine results page, on the search page. And so that's why we're calling this an Algo Cat.
So there's kind of two parts of a search engine. One of them is the indexing part and the crawling, if you will, and the other one is the display part, or how to make decisions.
What's been shown after the crawl, after what's indexed, what you actually see. And so these updates control what you see.
Yep, excellent.
So first one's pretty cool, actually.
Right.
If you go to Google and you search for an artist, my favorite artist is T.I., followed by Jay-Z, Zero, in that order. Right?
Is that all one dude? T.I. dash Jay-Z.
And you can sprinkle in Janae. I like the new chick Janae. I can't never pronounce her name right, but anyway, she jams. But anyway, if you go to Google and you search for an artist, then under the right side, above where the paid ads would normally be.
Right. Okay. So where the map might normally be.
Where the map would normally be. Exactly. Instead, Google is giving media buttons to Spotify, to Rhapsody, and to Google Play, where you can listen to that artist's music on the search results page, and of course click a link to buy something.
Right.
And this and that.
So you also talked about that a long time ago from a mobile perspective, right? Yeah, cool.
Now it's rolling out this time.
Because if some of those songs were on your mobile device,
well, yeah, the mobile search would automatically show you the results you had on your device.
Also, yeah, cool.
And so, or even if you created, let's say, a T.I. channel on your Pandora, it would automatically pull that.
Okay.
But so this one is showing different links to what's online.
Right.
And so pretty cool. Second one. In September, this one kind of sucks. In September, this is an AdWords update. There will be no more pure exact match. So yeah, it sucks. They rolled out this thing called close variants, right? And so even if you're using exact match or phrase match, and you have close variants turned on, which right now you can still turn it off.
Right.
But if you have it turned on, then what Google will do is if you, let's say somebody's searching for buy clothes.
Right.
And buy clothes, phrase matches your exact phrase, but somebody searches buy clothing, buy clothes.
Purchase clothes.
Yeah, things like that, close variants, then you automatically got those. But now you had the option to turn those off. Now in September, close variants for everybody.
It just means you're going to need to manage your PPC campaign more, right? You got to get in there. Yeah.
Because sometimes the close variants aren't that close.
Is
what I've
Do you happen to have any examples?
Oh man, well, I don't put no clients on blast, but I remember I had one. I was like, why is this showing?
This is not, and then it's like a close
Well,
variance on
so we
one.
have a client who's doing extremely well. They are one of Houston's biggest pool maintenance companies,
Right.
And we're running remarketing and pay-per-click for them. But their close variants, and this is on the Exact Match campaign. They began seeing ads for pool maintenance supplies.
That's an extra. Wow. Yeah.
That's a retail search for somebody looking for chlorine or salt water
From
or
Leslie's or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that is not what our client does. They provide pool maintenance services.
So negative cam. You gotta add.
I had to add.
So do they have close variance on the negative? Of course not.
Of course not, because
Right.
supplies is a negative.
Already.
Yes.
Oh, so it bypassed your
Bypass
negative.
my negative because
That's
supplies. I got supplies. Pool nets. I got all of those are already negatives.
Right.
So, yeah, it showed up in the close variant. But I ended up adding the entire phrase as a negative.
Yeah.
That-
But that
Kinda
sucks.
Yes.
That sucks. Boo.
Yeah. So Google. Yeah. So anyway.
Wow.
Pure Exact Match will be out of there. So yeah, monitor your campaigns. And the last one was all those people who still doing like guest posts and they're low quality. Google updated their webmaster guidelines, and so now low quality guest posts are considered spam. Like it's not.
It's not just
it's
not good.
Just thin content or not good. Now it's actually called spam, which is really really bad. And so yeah, if that's part of your link building process or whatever, did that, don't do it.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's our Algo Cat, man.
Yeah, that is fairly cataclysmic, actually. All right, well, let's recoup from that. All right, I have a little bit of news. Let's just cover this real quick. I saw some interesting things. Right now, Ferguson, Missouri, having riots and unfortunate situation. And it's interesting, cops, and this is not just there, cops are asking.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I can do that. Cops are asking people not to film them.
Yeah.
And so part of me gets it. Like, I wouldn't like somebody coming and just filming me do my shit, right?
Yeah.
But this is the United States, like freedom of speech. You have the right to film, except I agree that you shouldn't have the right to film while they're trying to arrest you. It's kind of like, right? Like, that's interfering with the process.
Yeah, I'm trying to arrest you. I need to put your hands
your
behind your
hand,
back.
yeah.
But it's taping me.
Yeah, so I definitely get that, and certainly you shouldn't be like in their face or whatever. But I think it's kind of like that's something they just got to get used
They got to deal with
and
it. I mean, at least with this situation.
well, I think across the board, right? Like every ticket, like one, I think the article I read pointed out that there was one passenger. I think she was covertly recording what the cop was doing, and that's kind of under spy laws, and so they were trying to get her on that. But so I don't think you should covertly, like if you're gonna do it, you should do it.
I'm taping you, dog.
They shouldn't even be allowed to tell you to turn it off.
Exactly.
Like I mean,
that's your phone. It's your device.
Yeah. So
Well, more importantly, now, and I saw this on the news the other day. They have a certain law enforcement group that's wearing cameras. They're on their uniforms
all the time.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was part of their uniform. Put this camera on like
just like they become part of the
mic right
cop
here.
cars, right? I mean, they're in every cop car now,
Exactly.
basically. So interesting. Windows Threshold is going to preview late September. It's going to be Windows 9, the newest one. I don't know if they're going to test our threshold of tolerance
I know,
for
right?
lame ass operating systems. But the beauty is, I will actually, other than my tablet, be able to skip.
Windows LAOS coming soon.
Yeah. If they do that, they better give me credit. That's all I ask for is just credit. So the beauty is, on my workstation, I may be able. Well, it's going to happen. I will be skipping Windows 8. It will never be on my desktop. I have a tablet with it, unfortunately.
And the sad thing about that is, unfortunately, it could be a beautiful thing if you're a Windows user. I mean, if you're Windows Phone, Windows Tablet, Windows Computer, then
if you do it right, it could work.
If you do it right, and then it could really, really work for you and save you a lot of time and be extremely beneficial.
They're just not there. They're just not there. Yeah.
it's-
So it is possible to have an app with consistent negative reviews and a buttload of downloads. Facebook Messenger would be an example.
Yeah.
Everyone's all pissed off that you actually have to download
Yeah, they're
Facebook
forcing you to
Messenger.
do it.
So people are complaining, but it's also going to have a lot of downloads.
Because that's how you communicate. Then that's how you communicate.
Yeah.
What I've been noticing, I've been seeing like previous clients and even friends of mine on Facebook posting it, like call me or text me because I'm not downloading the app.
Oh,
I saw several of
wow.
those posts the other day, and
Who knows? I wonder if they'll come back and let that go.
you're gonna do it. You're gonna download
Eventually,
it.
yeah.
Let me tell you,
And I love this one. So this was in the
I
news.
downloaded it. You know what I'm saying? I'm
I
using
did
it.
like yesterday or something. Yeah,
I've been using it because I communicate
it is
frequently.
one
through
of the
Facebook
ways.
Messenger.
Yeah. The person who created the pop-up ad
Mhm.
apologizes.
Like my bad for
Yeah.
creating that.
Ooh,
Dog.
yeah. I'm pretty sure it was gonna happen anyway. But yeah. I wonder
That's
if
what's up.
he doesn't even get any credit for it. I'm just like, what? Imagine if you made like 1/100th of 1 penny per pop-up ad.
Yeah, he'd still be.
She like
Yeah.
Steve Jobs or Bill Gates
Yeah, he
wealthy.
would be like, Steve Gates.
Except hated.
Yeah.
All right, so you notice there are no tear tattoos. Here are some reviews. This one is from Foomzy. Foomzy. It's only 4 out of 5 stars. I don't know what that is. Let's see what it is. So awesome podcasts and great personalities. Just wanted to say I'm listening all the way from Lesotho. You know where Lesotho is? Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, like if I could make a guess, somewhere on the other side of the ocean.
That's a great guess. I like it. It's really broad. It's actually a country that is surrounded on all sides by South Africa. So it's a country in the middle of South Africa, which is cool. I wonder how many other countries are like that. And it's Lesotho. So
Are most of them in Africa like that?
Well, no, because like most countries aren't countries surrounded entirely. So imagine if you stuck Brazil, not Brazil, something smaller, Belize, in the middle of the U.S.
Okay.
So it's surrounded on all sides by the U.S.
Kind of like Texas.
Yeah, Texas. It's in the middle of Mexico. All right, so awesome. So Lesotho, I always say we've been downloaded in 83 different countries. It's got to be 84 now.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than listening to people that have fun and enjoy what they talk about. I've really learned a lot. So from me, I give 2 thumbs up. Keep killing it. Apparently, you actually gave 4 thumbs up. Maybe in Lesotho, 2 counts as 4, and we would have appreciated 5. We'll take it. Thank you. Punch in the face to Mr. Foomzy in Lesotho.
Flumsy.
I like that's
You're
better.
from Lesotho, yeah.
Flumsy.
You got to say it right.
Foomzy! All right, so the next one is from Adam Hamalian, and this is 5 stars! As an amateur SEO web marketer, listening to your podcast have been great. Your answer to my question last Friday about remarketing to Facebook opened up a new chapter for my business. I realize I need to go take a coding class, but at least I know what I need to learn and why. I look forward to each new podcast. It's like having 2 extra partners in my marketing meeting each week.
Wow.
Yeah, nice.
Repeat that line?
Yeah, it's
what?
like having 2 extra partners in my marketing meeting each week. I even went.
We're gonna love today's content.
Yeah, this is great. I even went back and listened to the Poor Audio podcast because the information is so helpful. It was worth listening to. Keep it coming. Punch in the face. And that one was on Facebook. He submitted that review on Facebook.
Yeah,
Mr.
that's what's
Adam.
up. Yeah, we're glad we could be a part of your marketing meeting. Thank you. You're welcome.
Cool. Yeah, we love it. And that's it. That's the potatoes of our podcast.
Well,
It
I
is-
had some news. You
Oh.
want to cover that news real quick?
Oh yeah, I almost forgot this. I'm glad you got it. No,
Yeah.
let me correct that. I did forget this. I'm glad you got it.
Yeah, so anybody out there using WordPress, which is likely at least 20% of y'all,
Yep.
because 20% of all websites on the internet are using WordPress.
It's probably higher in our
in our gender,
because
in our
it's
gender, in our arena.
Yeah, we'll
industry.
say arena industry because WordPress
Arenastry?
is arenastry because SEO is so well known as being a good SEO. No, WordPress is so well known as being a good SEO friendly. So
platform. But yeah, so they released the 3.9.2 last week, and it's strongly recommended by WordPress. It really fixed a lot of security flaws. What was key to me about that release was that Drupal also had a similar release, and the heads of security at Drupal and head of security at WordPress actually collaborated together for this release. First time that's ever been done between content management systems. So
Very
punch in
cool.
the face to you guys.
By the way, we got hit by the bug they fixed, and our server was just like bogged down, going slow. It was actually coming in and offline. So I had read an article about it. I upgraded WordPress on the site that was the culprit, fixed it like that. So it was definitely that XML hack.
XML.
Yeah.
That's what they mentioned in the article.
Yeah.
So punch in the face to you guys and all those WordPress users. Like, go update, go back up, update, and update your plugins
Right now. I mean, well, after the podcast.
Yeah. Got a quick punch in the face to Matt Southern over at Search Engine Journal. I got a lot of my Algo Cat in my news from him today. So
Cool.
that's what's up.
Matt. All right, that is the potatoes of our podcast. It is now time to get into the meat.
Yeah, so let's dive right in. I want to give a punch in the face to Aaron Everhart over at Search Engine Watch, actually. It was a cool thing about Aaron, but you got to like females in our industry who are actually smart and know what they're doing. And I can really appreciate that. She's the head of SEO for Home Depot.
Cool.
So she posted this article on Search Engine Watch called 7 Things.
Are you suggesting that our
industry is predominantly male dominated?
Okay, that's probably true.
Yeah. Predominantly male dominated.
Yeah, that's right.
I said that right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Or just you probably could just say male dominated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So punch in the face to Aaron. She posted this article: 7 things that will improve your SEO more than SSL. And so let me preface that by saying, remember last week we covered that Algo Cat that Google rolled out, saying that any sites that were upgraded or changed to a secure server, then they would see a site boost in ranking, and that would be better for their site. And of course, the whole SEO world went crazy, and probably a good time to invest in the SSL company.
Yeah, exactly.
Or it's probably perfect timing for companies like GoDaddy and HostGator and those others to raise their prices for secure service. But anyway, so there's a lot of hoopla after that, and so then she posted this article.
Just a note on that. I went back and looked at our notes, and we answered a question from one of our listeners
way back.
Yeah, a while back about he was planning on switching to an SSL certificate just because in general Google was going that way, and whatever Google does is probably going to get implemented. So that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, that was good forethought.
Yeah.
So
well, it's good logic. If Google starts adopting it within their own ranks, then
they're likely going to request you to do it too.
Yep, makes sense.
So this her article was in the aftermath of all of that. 7 things that will improve your SEO more than just that SSL. Number 1, consistent URLs everywhere.
And
so she says that means the link your users see, the link that's in your internal linking strategy, and the links you use in your sitemap. They all need to match. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I'll take it a step further. I'll add this. Make sure you're using the same kind of links, whether they're absolute links, right? If we're talking about on your site, these are links that require the entire URL, or if these are relative links that are just, everything after .com/ in your href tag. I'll recommend you use absolute links across the board.
Yep.
Whether it's images, whether it's text, whether it's to other pages, whether it's to documents, whatever it is, use absolute links and keep them consistent. Number 2, short, non-parameter heavy URLs. So what does she mean by this? She means, if you have your domain name, right, then you got a category, then you may have a subcategory, and then you got something long.
A session ID, and then a user ID, and then a state
a long
ID. Yeah.
blog title.
Yeah.
And so now you got this really, really long URL, which the Google bot is like, what is this? No, skip it, because it's not worth my time.
Yeah.
So you want to use short ones, remove those subdirectories if you can. You should be using friendly URLs, that sort of deal. At the end of the day, you want their pages to be easy to be understood, easy to be indexed.
Yep.
And removing those parameters helps that. Number 3, real relevant content, not SEO copy. I agree.
Yeah, that was part of the Algo Cat, right? That's what you're talking about.
Like you have to, at the end of the day, you have to write content. I wrote down what relevant content is, right? There's a mix of what you want to say with what the readers are really looking for, and then you include some supporting media.
Yeah.
And so, you must do that. That's how you get relevant content. if this content addresses what that person is actually searching for, and then you were able to sprinkle in how your company can benefit that or what they had to do with that, and then you give them some supporting images, video, links to supporting information, then now your page has value. Now your page is relevant, and that has more value in regards to getting your SEO up than having typical SEO copy. What is typical SEO copy? 300 words, 3 to 5 keywords. This
Keyword
that,
three to under 3% density.
Yeah, it's come on. We're past that now.
Yeah.
Google has algorithm is figuring it out, and so just write for the user. Stop writing for the search.
Value. Remember, if you're providing a good experience to the Google user, Google will like you.
1, 2, 3. Number 4. Leave text high on the page and not stuffed at the bottom. Great, right? You don't want to have all these images and all these other distractors from the text on your specific pages. Now, I will say this. I think it depends on the site page you're on. Right? If you're on a home page, for example, for a site that maybe does a business that has a lot of services and a lot of products and they do a lot of things, then it may be necessary to have the top of your site kind of graphic heavy
right.
because you just do a lot of things. But on your internal pages, your main pages, your landing pages, your pages for specific products, keep that text at the top so it can be indexed and faster.
Right.
And better than having it at the bottom, forcing the bot to have to parse through
A lot
coding
of- yeah.
and images and videos and all that stuff. Put your
To get
text
to
up
the
there
content.
first.
Yeah.
Definitely. Important stuff at the top. Number 6. 6, 7. Yeah, number 6. A strong CTA and strong CTA friendly title tags. Punch in the
Oh,
face,
yeah.
Aaron, to this. Because I do this, but I hadn't been doing it a lot. I had been really focusing on strong titles, make sure they were keyword rich and that they were enticing enough. But she says CTA friendly title tags. She says she's partial to including action words like shop, buy, or apply, or etc. in the title tag.
Yep.
This is a great move for conversions. What that does is the person who
Frames
clicks
it,
on that
yeah.
ad, they're going into this understanding that I might end up shopping, buying, or applying something after this click.
Once I'm there, yeah.
Once I'm there. So great move. If you can do that, like an action word, and then include your main key phrase, perfect. And then maybe end that title tag off with a pipe and your brand name, then you're in a good place. Let me add this though. Remain consistent with Google Webmaster Guidelines. Then they're recommending that your titles be, 55 characters or less.
Right.
And so keep that in mind. Last one, number 7. Speed up your load time. And that's been kind of consistent, but it's extremely important.
Yep.
The past few podcasts, we've mentioned how load time and page speed and things like that affect your ranking. That's just, in this day and age, load time is a very critical piece of data
Yep.
in regards to your ranking from just all levels, from the search engine level, from the user who's using it, because 3 seconds is a long time to wait, and some of these sites are taking 5 or 6.
And that's forever.
That's forever, to the point where I'm gonna wait for it to load so I can bounce, because I've already made the decision that
I'm going to see it and I'm going to, yeah.
But I've been waiting, and so I'm gonna
I have
wait.
to hit the concrete before I bounce.
And so do that.
Just so you know how important it is, I actually have a tool on Chrome that shows me the load time of each page. And we just spent some time implementing fast CGI on some of the pages that were going slower.
Fast CGI, that's a good one. Optimize your images. That's a good way to speed your site up. Consolidate your style sheets. You may hear it called minifying them.
Yeah.
Do that. Here's a good one. Use code instead of images when possible.
Yeah.
For example, maybe it's a background image, but it's one color or whatever. Instead of having some 500K background image because you want it big so it can show, nice on all devices. Instead, get like a 15 by 15 pixel image and just tile it, repeat it with code. And so that way, that background image is now 2K instead of 500K.
Consolidate JavaScript.
Exactly.
Another way.
So punch in the face to Aaron.
Make sure you have cache on also.
Turn on cache.
Yeah.
And WordPress offers, it was a whole bunch of tips that you can do
Yeah.
to speed your site up. But cache is a huge one. WordPress offers several good plugins for that. that will
They're a little
preload
more
images
complex.
and video
Yeah.
when people load their site up, and so inherently your site loads faster.
Yep.
So take advantage of that. Punch in the face to you, Aaron Everhart.
Aaron.
Great article. 7 things that will improve your SEO more than SSL.
I think I threw my arm out.
Too many
Punching somebody
punches
in the face.
face.
All right. Do we have any what?
Yeah, I got some what news and my new segment I'm about to bust
All right. Is that coming before what or after what?
Let's do it before what.
All right. Before what?
So, word of the week.
Word of the week.
This week's word of the week: light gating.
Light gating. Like gating.
Like gating. It's a
Okay.
Facebook word of the week. Like gating, and it is the practice of incentivizing users to like your business page by preventing access to certain content.
Like gating. I like it.
Like gating.
I mean, I don't like
Well,
it.
more importantly, Facebook in their developer blog rolled out a new update that's going to prevent people from doing that.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh, that's
So they won't prevent you from doing things in regards to contests or events and things like that. But for the sake of getting people to like your page by, I don't know, having a
Stopping
custom
them,
tab
right.
and stopping them, they're going to stop that. They're going to put in some practices to stop light gating.
Yeah, it makes sense from like if I haven't got it yet, how can I like it? Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, and then from a user perspective, likes and plus ones, they show credibility.
But
And
yeah,
so
they're
if you're
votes,
forcing
yeah.
people to like your page and they don't really like it, they just want this content, then it's a little suspect. So I can dig it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. What news?
I like what?
Yeah. So today's what, man? Dig this, Twitter. Y'all got to get better. 8.5%. It's like almost 10%.
Right.
This is a big number to me.
Right.
8.5% of Twitter's monthly users are bots.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot. That's
And they're
like
probably putting out like 80% of the tweets.
almost 10% of the billions of people who use Twitter are not real.
They're robots. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all got
Clamp
to do
down
something
on
about
that.
And the reason they made my what news is because Twitter released that information. They reported that. And so the fact that y'all know either means one
So
of two
here's-
things. One, that it's probably more like 15 to 20%.
Well, here's a question. We have scheduled tweets to go out on our best SEO
So is that
podcast.
considered as
Do
a
they
bot?
think it's a bot? Because it's valuable information. It's a bot sending it out. And if that's true, then the number is a lot lower than I think it.
I hadn't thought
a lot
about it
of
from that
people are.
perspective. The fact that, scheduled tweets, things from like Hootsuite and other places are bot driven. Interesting.
So, and then there's other types of bot which will go out and see tweets that are out there and then reply or retweet with a comment about, well, check out this software. If you tweeted about a bad ankle, check out this orthopedic surgery device or whatever. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to know how they defined bot. Yeah.
Interesting.
Since they bought Hootsuite, didn't they? Or is it there's another one that Twitter owns?
Twitter bought TweetDeck.
TweetDeck, okay. And can you schedule with TweetDeck? I don't know if you can. Yeah. So yeah, is Hootsuite considered?
Well, not with my version.
Yeah. You may be able to. I can't. All right. Well, this has been the most popular SEO podcast on iTunes, in the U.S., in the world, in the known universe.
And everywhere below the Mason-Dixon line.
Yes, and above.
And
Yeah,
above.
either one, yeah. On it, we're not that popular. Either side, we're good. Thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate you. We appreciate the reviews, the questions, everything. Give us ideas about better content. Give us ideas. Send us an article if you want us to kind of preview it and.
I'll be honest. I will. If your article is wrong or have bad information, we will address that.
And it will definitely not get on air.
or get addressed on air.
Yeah,
One of the two.
yeah, potentially, yeah, because then it could be, we might change your article 6 facts about SEO to 6 myths about SEO.
Yeah. 6 facts to not believe.
Yeah, untruths. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been podcast 246. Until the next podcast, we are broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, 5999 West 34th Street, Suite 106. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, my name is Chris Burris.
Charles Lewis.
Bye-bye for now.
All right.